So after many days of banding together as a community to unlock rewards for Payday 2's Crime Fest, their annual celebration of the game, the community comes to find out the developers of the game, Overkill Software, has screwed them over royally. How, you may ask? They added microtransactions to the game, even after promising there won't be microtransactions in Payday 2. The microtransactions are weapon skins, a la Counter-Strike Global Offensive. But unlike CSGO, these skins change the stats of your weapons. Other than that, it's an exact copy of the CSGO system, where you get a safe, basically a TF2 crate, and a drill, basically a key to open the safe. And then it's completely random what weapon skin you will get. Again, like CSGO and Team Fortress 2 in that regard. It also doesn't help the fact that Payday 2 has 36 pieces of DLC, downloadable content. 9 of those 36 pieces of DLC are free, but the rest, you have to shell out money for it. It also doesn't help that it feels like every month, or every other month, Overkill decides to release some hacked together quickly DLC. It's free to get the hot dog, but you have to pay to eat it. Here's Overkill Almir's exact words right before Payday 2 launched. "We've made it clear that Payday 2 will have no microtransactions whatsoever. Shame on you if you thought otherwise." You could read the full post below. Yeah, Almir, we did think otherwise, until you effectively screwed us over. Now, I'm not saying it's Almir's fault. Other members of Overkill, like Goldfarb, when he was still with him, also said that Payday 2 won't feature microtransactions, and I'm not saying it was Almir's decision to actually include these microtransactions. And it goes even further down than just microtransactions. Overkill effectively screwed over one of my favorite sites, Payday2stats.com. If you go there now, a message from their team tells a sad tale. I'll even read it to you here. The message read, "Greetings, user. If you are reading this, then you are one of the few remaining people that actually uses my website. I thank you for that. However, you are probably wondering why you see this letter instead of the site you were looking for. If you have a moment, then I will explain to you why. I will start from the very beginning. About a year and some months ago, I started building this site in secret. Once I got to the point that it was usable, I released it, and it was quickly picked up by Overkill and promoted. Some months later, I got invited to visit Overkill Studios. We talked about several things. One of them was PD2 stats, and yes, the FBI files. Back then, I was promised that the FBI files would not be like PD2 stats. They aren't going to be anything similar, and they aren't intended to make PD2 stats useless or kill it. After the visit, I barely had any contact with Overkill for over 8 months. About 4 months before the FBI files released, I was promised again by Overkill that I would be informed about the FBI files, and that I would have a hand in making it happen. 4 months passed, and I heard nothing from Overkill until the announcement of the FBI files. That's when it got evident that something went wrong. I contacted Overkill through an employee that normally had nothing to do with any of this. I was very grateful that he tried to help. It was literally the only chance I got to get any kind of response. He got back to me, and I was told that the team responsible for the FBI files was not informed about the existence of PD2 stats, or about plans that higher management in Overkill had. At this point, there was some time, and I was ensured that people have been informed about it, and I would be contacted ASAP. A week later, no response. I contacted them again to be told that everyone is aware of the situation and I would be contacted. About a week later, another message. This time, I was simply asked if I was contacted yet. No, I had not been contacted. Another couple days later, I informed them that PD2 stats was now under 20 users. If you are one of them, thank you. And that 50% of the funding from LastBullet.net is now gone. I was involved in developing LastBullet.net, and as such I use ads revenue from PD2 stats for it. Essentially, at this point, PD2stats.com was using more resources than I could make up for it. Way more. I have informed Overkill about the shutdown of PD2 stats a week in advance. I also suggested that making PD2 stats official or working together with the FBI files might fix this issue. I will be contacted very soon. Another week passed, no reply. Seemingly no one cares. And it turned out that Overkill does not respond to other people about various matters. Oh, actually, I misread that, sorry. It actually reads, and it turned out that Overkill does respond to other people about various matters. So this implies they are on purpose ignoring this. I managed to contact them directly 2 weeks later, yesterday. To be told that there is no time to discuss this, I should wait another couple weeks. Meanwhile, PD2 stats is going down more and more, there is seemingly no point to this anymore. We have now arrived at the present with this distressing situation. This is why you are reading this letter instead of going to where you want to go. If you would like to my work and the website, or if you would think there is hope, then spread the word and contact them. Maybe together we can make something happen at last. Lastly, it was just a bunch of technical details. I hope you have a nice day. Greetings, PD2 Stats team. Now that we know that Overkill screwed over PD2 Stats, the microtransactions being added, and everything else, what's even worse is the fact that they killed modding with this recent 5.3 gigabyte update. It apparently broke the Lua hooks, which I'm sure will get fixed, but way to go, Overkill. Now, let's not forget when Overkill played with the Payday 2 community for about 30 days, claiming something big is coming, just to give us a baseball bat and announce a whole new game, titled Overkill's The Walking Dead, that's separate from Payday 2. So as we keep going further and further down the rabbit hole, more information keeps coming out, and it's apparent something is going on at Overkill, and they have a knack for screwing over their customers, as evidenced by past events. Last year's Crime Fest was fantastic, and I enjoyed it, but this year's Crime Fest is looking to be the thing that kills Payday 2, adding microtransactions even after they promised all the rewards would be free. But does this mean Payday 2 is a bad game? And not really. It's not a bad game, it's a decent game. The heists are fun, the characters like Hoxton are enjoyable, the gameplay is enjoyable, and the storyline, what little there is also enjoyable. There are problems with it, like the RNG card flips and the copious amounts of DLC stuff that was promised in the game originally, like safe house customization, that isn't coming until spring 2016, and if the game lasts until then, that is. It's not a bad game, and if you could find it for really cheap, I would still pick it up. But if you don't want to support Overkill, then just stay far away from it. All in all, Overkill is slowly becoming one of my personal hated companies. I don't plan on giving them a single cent past today, even if their Overkill's The Walking Dead is any good. I'm Mr. Coolmanist, and this has been a video about a terrible company. I will make an update video if more information comes out, but until then, have a nice day.